This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social, and I'm delighted to be joined by the juggernaut Joe Joyce. Joe, how you doing?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, delighted. Yeah.
Exactly, I am. Excuse me. I know you spent up until what is it today that you've just got down here? So how come you decided to come down? Obviously, it's so close to fight night.
Well, I'm training in Big Bear, so that's like 2 hours away. So I drove down. We drove down this today. To check in. We had a few things to do, and I'm just settling down and getting ready for fight night.
It is the press conference tomorrow for yourself and for the undercard. There's a lot that's gone on recently for yourself. You know, you've obviously been sparring with Tyson, change of trainer, etc. So I think perfect place to start would be, the change of trainer. How come you decided to link up with Abel Sanchez? What was the thinking behind that move?
Oh well, as you may know, Ismail Salas is kind of retired, so he's basing himself in Doha now, and so we had to look for a new trainer, and we came out here to do a trial. So I did a trial of Abel Sanchez, and kind of got used to the environment I was in, and enjoyed the training, and felt like he was it kind of fit in there. So I've had a fight with Iago Kaladze, and it seemed to go well. So I think Abel Sanchez has got this kind of like mould. It's like a kind of factory for producing champions. There's so many champions in and out of the gym, including obviously Triple G and Gassiev and that, and so I've been training hard at altitude, and just pulling out all the stops and getting myself ready physically and mentally for Saturday night.
It's an interesting choice in Abel Sanchez. How come you decided to choose not just Abel, but obviously the impacts it would have on your personal life, having to move out here and instead of moving away from home? Was there anyone back in Britain who you was considering to link up with after you left Ismail Salas?
A couple of trainers. I was having a look at. There's Peter Fury, Adam Booth, and I don't know if you. Who else was we looking at?
A few fighters, I'd say. A few trainers.
Sorry, trainers. But what went with Abel was just like kind of a trial kind of thing, and I forgot what I was going to say about it, but.
Just in the pharmacy.
Yeah.
So this link up now. You've just mentioned so many things which I want to try and pick up on. You mentioned that the fact that he's brought through so many world champions. When you consider the heavyweight division, Anthony Joshua, he's got three of the belts, 4 if you include the IBO. Obviously, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury fighting on Saturday night. How difficult is it going to be for you to break into world title contention, knowing that the belts are all tied up, and if the rumoured rematch clause happens, if Fury beats Wilder, you got the rematch there, AJ Wilder or AJ Fury in a unification fight for the undisputed title. How do you actually break into that and try to get a world title fight for yourself? Because I know that's something which you really want to try and achieve.
That's a good question. I mean, hopefully some of them will become vacated, or getting the. I don't know if Joshua gets beat. Titles, whoever wins on Saturday, and I don't know. Hopefully it'll shake up, and like one of them will come loose. I'll get that, and then I can go and looking on challenging others.
Talk to me about Big Bear in the area. Rob was just interviewing Ben Davison earlier, and Ben was saying it's secluded, it's away from everything. It's literally eat, sleep, train, repeat, because there's nothing for you to do up there. Is it difficult for you being away from home so long? I know you've had an extensive amateur background and you'd be used to travelling, being away from home, but now this is the professional ranks. It's for 3 or 4 months at a time in some cases where you are away from home and you've only got phone calls. It's not quite the same as being able to see your family or being able to see your friends.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what I couldn't remember before. But yeah, it's very secluded. There's not much going on in Big Bear. The air's fresh, it's clean, it smells like pine. It's at altitude and you're there for a reason. You're there to train hard and bring out your potential. So it's good not to have zero distractions and be able to just solely concentrate on training and eat, sleep, train, etc. So
is it difficult to know that you're away from your family and friends for so long, and I don't know how many more years you may feel that you've got left as a professional boxer now, but if say you was to go on for another 3, 4, 5 years, coming out here, staying out here for probably best part of 9 or 10 months out of here, I can imagine it would have a strain on yourself and your personal life.
Yeah, I mean, especially like the time difference is we're 8 hours behind the UK, so if you're calling back or
so I'm struggling myself now because you only got here yesterday. So.
Yeah, so it's difficult in that aspect. Trying to stay in touch with people and the stuff that bills and stuff like that doesn't get sent out to me. So when I get back, I've got a whole load of letters and stuff waiting for me. So yeah, it's difficult. But I mean, say I've got 4 or 5 years, then I can solely focus, and then after that, then I can go back and I've retire with titles and will have accomplished my mission.
As someone who has been joining you up in Big Bear, I know his coach is behind me, so you're going to probably be a bit careful on what you've got to say. But you've got Tyson Fury sparring with yourself in preparation for his fight with Deontay Wilder on Saturday night. What was that like? What did you see in Tyson? Have you saw glimpses or the whole package of what we saw when he defeated Vladimir Klitschko?
Yeah, I mean, I sparred him before when he was massive. He was what was he I don't know, 20, 30 stone or something. But I mean, he still had it in him. He was very tricky, and but now he's fit. He's his movement and he's slipping shots. He's counting. He's coming in. He's coming out. He's stepping out. He's it's you have you have to, in the sparring, I have to put 110% to stay focused and to not try not to let him get on top with his flicker jabs, moving around, he's switching and try and pin him down and land shots on him. It's it's great experience to be sparring someone at that level.
Earlier on we mentioned your ambitions to win a world title. Say if Tyson beats Deontay, down the line, say if Tyson to keep his belt for maybe 3 or 4 or 5 fights, and I know you'd like to fight for a world title, like I say, would it make it a bit more difficult to face Tyson or to arrange that fight because you'd have sparred with him, you'll know each other inside out?
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to, I want to achieve my goals and if it, I'll fight him for the world, but if he gets this WBC belt, I'll definitely fight him. I'll fight Joshua as well for all them belts as well. That's what I'm in the sport, to be number one, and that's got to have aspirations, and it's really exciting times now. There's so many heavyweights you can match up against and fight. So I'm just, I'm just excited. I love what I'm doing. I love training. I love boxing, and so yeah, I'll fight anyone.
Like I say, you've been sparring with Tyson. He's getting ready for Saturday night against Deontay Wilder. What are your thoughts on that fight? How do you see it going? How do you see it playing out?
It's really tough. Some days I think, Tyson's just gonna outbox him, whatever, and and then sometimes I'm thinking, nah. I think Wilder's got like with his power or whatever like that. But yeah, I think it's a 50-50 fight, and it's really hard. Like if someone asks you like, oh, who do you think's gonna win? Then it's a really tough call to answer.
Is it as simple as, people have said over social media, have said to me and said to various other people, people are just seeing it that if Tyson's going to win, he's going to get a points decision victory. If Wilder's going to win, it's going to be a stoppage. Is it as simple as that? Are those the only two outcomes that you could see?
I don't think so, because they're both heavyweights, and I think Tyson can bang if he sets his feet and lands one on his chin, and his legs are going to go wobbly. So and Wilder, he went to the Olympics, got a bronze medal. He can box as well, so you can't rule out that he can win by points.
If I had to push you for a prediction, what would you say? What would you be more inclined to go with?
It's tough. I think my heart will go with Fury winning, and my head will go with Wilder.
Sticking with the Fury family, you was mandated to fight Hughie Fury for the British title.
Yeah.
What other movements with that? Have you had any talks? Are you looking to make that fight?
Yeah, I'll fight him. I'd love to get the British title. It's such a beautiful belt. Love to add that to my collection. And I've sparred with Fury. He's very slick. He's hard to hit, and he'll probably make me look silly for like a good few rounds. But yeah, I think it'll be an exciting fight to watch, and I'd love him to accept the challenge.
Hughie's fought Joseph Parker for world title previously, and he's just coming in on the back of his defeat to Kubrat Pulev. Have you watched either of those fights, or what did you make of those fights?
Yeah, I watched them, and I thought, just like sparring, he's very hard to hit, and he works with I thought he won that fight against Parker. I think it's definitely by points. It wasn't didn't knock him out and take him out like spectacularly, but I thought he did enough to win. Actually, I can't remember if I watched that one with Pulev. I think I just saw clips of that, so I can't really tell you what I make of that.
You're obviously climbing through the ranks very quickly. You fought for the Commonwealth title in only your fourth fight, off the top of my head, was it?
Yeah.
Your fourth fight. How long do you feel it could take you to get up to those world level ambitions that you have, or to gain that fight?
Well, it depends who I fight. It could be 2 or 3 fights, and I'll be right in the mix.
Do you feel like you're ready for it now? Like if someone was to say to you, just to whack an offer in front of you, I know realistically it wouldn't happen because of with all the things that we mentioned earlier and situations going on, but if it was to happen, would you be ready to take something like that on?
Yeah, why not? The time's now. I'm 33, and I've had a lot of experience, training and obviously competing at amateurs and the sparring as a professional, and I've learnt a lot from Ismail Salas and Abel Sanchez, and all my GB coaches, my amateur coaches at Elsfield. So, and I think I've been in the sport 10 years, and they say it takes 10 years or 10,000 hours to reach sporting excellence or whatever. So I think I'm at that stage now where I can, I'm in my prime, and I think I can cause anyone problems.
And obviously, leaving Haymaker to link up with Al Heyman, a ghost in the boxing world, nobody ever sees him. What has he said to you? Has he given you a plan as to what he'd like to push you towards and direct you towards?
Oh yeah, he's got a plan. I spoke to him. He reminds me of kind of like a Morgan Freeman kind of character. Yeah, he's a great guy, and you know, he's done a lot in boxing and a lot for boxers. So you know, I feel like I'm in good hands with Richard Schaefer as well, and my team at SJAM. I think I'm gonna be in some good fights very soon. And actually, this fight is good. Yes.
Well, I say Joe Hanks. That's what I've come across. I haven't actually had an official confirmation. Is Joe Hanks for?
Yeah.
So that's been confirmed. So what do you know about Joe? And how come you guys have decided to take Joe on for Saturday night?
Well, he's the future. You know, he's got a great record. He's only had 2 losses. So you know, he's going to be coming to win, and you know, he's in good shape, and yeah, I think it's gonna be a good spectacle for the fans. And
Are you feeling? Do you ever feel like there's an added pressure on you? I always ask for GB boys back in England. You know, the Josh Kellys, the Joe Cordinas, guys who would have come through and you'd have boxed with on GB, and you'd have grown up. No, not grown up with, but you'd have been around for a prolonged period of time. You know, do you ever feel like there is that added pressure on you that because you've had such a brilliant amateur background, you've been to the Olympics, you've won the silver medal in your case, that everybody's just expecting you to click straight away and you're going to be this superstar fighter for everybody to look out for? Do you feel any added pressure with your amateur background?
No, but I think it definitely prepares you and sets you up for you know, performing at that level, because when you've represented your country and you know, been on TV and boxed in front of like a massive audience, then it against all different styles, because each country has a different style of boxing. So you've had a variety of people you've fought and overcome and won medals. So I think that's similar with professional. So you're like prepared for all types of opponents, and I think the camaraderie as well on the team's really great, because you say we grow, you kind of do grow up together, and it's, you know, it's like I don't know, being at uni on campus or something like that is good fun, and you know, you're all you know, put through your paces in training. And
is it difficult, you know, when you leave that setup and you have to go and find a professional trainer, you have to go and meet the new guys in a new camp, and you're leaving behind those people who you have spent maybe 5, 6, 7 years with on an amateur upbringing?
Yeah, I think it's good. It's good to have a change as well, a change of scenery, and then you pick up new stuff. You learn a lot more. You know, had a great setup in David Hayes' gym with Ishmael Salas and that group. Now I've you know, in the Haymaker, you know, I've learned a lot there, and now I've moved into this new group with you know, Abel Sanchez at the Summit Gym.
I hope you don't watch it.
Yeah, Abel, and yeah, training alongside, you know, Golovkin and all the guys there. It's, you know, you learn. It's like a process of continually improving and learning, and, you know, growing as a fighter, and you know.
What are the biggest differences then between the amateur style and the professional style and the backgrounds itself?
I think the amateur style is like you know, 100 meters. It's a sprint. It's 3 rounds. It's like bang. It's like first round, second round, third round. You're done. But obviously professional, there's not a lot more rounds. So it's more of like I don't know, marathon or maybe 400, 800 meters. I don't know. Yeah. So. And it's also entertainment as well. I think with amateur, it's about, you know, getting points, and obviously it's changed now because it's not computer scoring, and, you know, they got rid of the head guards and they try and make it a bit more like pro. But see, if you get a knockdown in amateur or Olympic boxing, then it's only 1 point. But if it's a pro, then it's automatically a 10-8 round.
So what do you make as well of, you know, the talk, or what unfortunately seems like most likely to happen? I don't know whether it will or not, but the talk of the boxing being thrown out of the Olympics for the 2020 onwards.
Yeah, that'd be that's heartbreaking, man. But like, for instance, like Fraser Clark, So he was on the squad first, and then Anthony Joshua came on, went to London, and then I came on, went to Rio. So if he's going to miss out on Tokyo, man, that's...
How hard is that? For amateur boxers, it is the dream. It is what you work for. It's what you decide to stay on for at least 4 years and do your cycle because you want to go to the Olympics. So when you're in somebody, especially like Fraser's situation, how hard can that be to try and just move past this idea of you won't get that opportunity?
Yeah, what was the question? Sorry.
How hard could it be to try and just think that you won't get that opportunity to box at the Olympics, because it is something that you guys as amateurs dream of and you work towards for 4 years?
Yeah, it's just like a waste of time. Like, waste of time. It could have been, gone pro, could have been like, I don't know what, an O, like X and O by the time. Because 4 years, there's a lot you can do in 4 years.
And the current heavyweight scene at the minute is thriving, like we've said. Another fight which was mandated was Dubois-Gorman. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. But what are your thoughts on that one as a matchup? Maybe two opponents down the line that would you like to take on? Would you take a fancy in either of them?
Yeah, why not? I saw them. Obviously, they were on the squad as well with us lot, and I've seen them spar. So they're close spars. But it just depending on, because they're both with Frank Warren. Yeah, so. I mean, maybe it'd be too soon to put them together. Maybe they build themselves up, and then for like a higher, like more money, a title, it'd make more sense. Obviously, it wouldn't be smart matching Dubois or Gorman with me right now, because still like making our way up. But
who would you lean towards if them two fought?
I think Gorman's a lot quicker, and Dubois is more powerful. He's strong. He's a really strong guy. With them little gloves, I don't know, but it's like speed or strength. It'd be a close one. It'd be a good fight to watch. As you notice, I'm sitting on the fence, aren't I? Like, it's very hard to call unless, for instance, until you see the bout itself. Say I was remembering back to when Tyson Fury beat Vladimir Klitschko. Like, you could tell from the first bell that he was like on it, landing shots and stuff, and you could tell just from them. But I mean, if you're thinking about it from before, then you're like you'd be leaning to Klitschko, but. It's how you perform on the night.
And just to stick with the current heavyweight scene, especially in Britain, big fight on December 22nd, got my words muddled up there myself. Derek Chisora and Dillian Whyte having their rematch. What are your thoughts on that?
It's going to be I remember watching it before there. I don't know if it was at the O2 or Manchester or somewhere like that. And I was just thinking, no one's going. They're just bam, 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 fighting, punching each other up. It was a really entertaining fight, and I don't know. I think my money's on Dillian at this time. Well, I mean, actually, he got it last time, but we'll see what the training he's doing in the Haymaker gym, if that's helping him and it's going to give him a bit of a boost. But I've seen Dillian Whyte's training, and he's he's living the life, and. It might go sooner.
What did you make of that when you saw that Derek linked up with David?
Yeah, it's funny, man. War Chisora. I think it suits him. I think the name suits him.
Did it surprise you?
Don't spray it, sorry.
Did it surprise you when you saw that they'd both linked up?
Yeah, I mean, it's made the headlines. It's big news. But yeah, I mean, David's obviously finished with his boxing career, so. His camp and his template of how he trains and his diet and everything's all spot on. So I think obviously it can help help me. So I'm sure it will help War Chisora.
Well, Joe, I think
and hopefully we can get it on one of these days.
is that another fight, one of them, with the winner of those two? I love asking you this because I know that you are someone who you would be happy to step in with them, and I know that for yourself you want to try and have a bit of an accelerated career because you know you've had that extensive amateur background and you want to try and push yourself as quickly as possible onto that world scene. So would you?
Well, I don't know if it's quickly as possible, but I think it's about having, like challenging myself and having, fights that are like getting me somewhere.
Do you feel it's difficult as well, though, because of your age, that you're trying to beat the clock in some respects to try and get there that bit quicker? Do you feel that is an added aspect to it at all?
Well, I think. I think instead of steadily having fight by fight, it could take a long time, and then I'm getting older and older. I mean, why go like that when I know I've been sparring guys at the top level, who are the top level. So why do I need to plod along here when I can just go and take the escalators or something?
That is a great analogy. And Joe, like I said, you've been brilliant with me now to speak to me. I know you've just done the best part of a 45 minute interview with someone previously, so I know you're going to want to shoot. You just got have a bit of a chill day. So Joe, thanks for being Boxing Social.
Yeah, you're welcome.